Say, hello, hello. Uh, yeah, Danab, I was seeing your email today. I'll respond to you after this session, right? Uh, hello, Jivan, Dhanav, Mahakpreet, Ria, and everyone. Good afternoon. This is Dr. Bijendra Jha, and I'm here, in front of you to say you something, right? To have certain, discussion over here. I'm not here to teach you something, right? I cannot teach anything in one day, right? Any topic in one day, right? So first, just let me know about yourself, your name and bit academic background, and when you are going to attempt, right? And what would be your optional? I think I made clear your name, academic background, the year of attempt, and your optional, right? So one by one can start. Yes, you're pursuing medical 2026. And what would be your optional? Sociology. Very good. ठीक है. अभी okay, अभी हाँ. Next year. Okay. So your graduation was in bachelor. What was the subject? Bachelor. History, geography. That's a BA program. Yes, madam. BSc agriculture. Very good. Agriculture. Very fascinating. Yeah. Economics honors. Very good. From Punjab University? From? Okay. Economics, right? Of course, same college. And optional will be the economics. Very good. And what would be about your target year? Not yet decided. Yeah, 2027. That's great. You have big idea about yes. इसके बाद तो रुकेंगे नहीं हम. 27. फिर हम पूछे हम बताएंगे. अभी तो शुरू भी नहीं किया हमने. BSc medical. Okay. From which university? Punjab University. Okay. What optional? Zoology optional. That's a great. And what would be your attempt year? 2027. Yes, gentlemen. Sociology, right. So there's one Punjab University here and one Punjab University in Patiala. Punjabi University, Patla. Very good. And target year? 2026, next year itself. Okay. BA from which subject? Is it a honors or it's a programs type? Program, right. 2028. So you are pursuing BA program from Punjab University. SD? Chandigarh. So is it a different autonomous body? Yeah. Affiliated to Punjab. So bol Punjab University, yes. Huh. You're in BA first year. Okay. 28. ठीक है जी. Good morning. Twenty 27. This is your first class. Okay. Yes, gentlemen. Bachelor in dental surgery. Very good, huh? BDS. Mm. PSIR. Very good. Yes, now it's a turn to the of online students. Mahakpreet, Jivan, I know Dhanav, Depanshu, Ria, one by one. If you can write about you or if you want to speak, most welcome from my side. Then I'll pose you a simple single question to you, right? To everyone, and I would like to hear from each of you. Hmm. Write about yourself. Ria done BSc Maths honors from Punjab University, and my optional is sociology. Very good, very good. Yeah, you should be clear that what should be your, what is your optional, when you should attempt, right? 2007, 27, fine. कैसे करना है, क्या करना है, करने से पहले आपको you must clarify, you must have a chart that how should I do it. Mahakpreet did graduation, that is a BCA. BCA होता है ना कंप्यूटर, या BCA. हाँ, yeah, from Punjabi University. Okay, Mahakpreet. Yes, Jivan, Dipanshu, you can also write about it. Completed graduation in BTech Electrical, optional sociology, planning to attempt in 2026. Okay. Sociology optional for Mahakpreet. Yeah, Dipanshu, write about it. We have to wait, right? Because it's hybrid class, right? Now, if you look at before COVID-19, there was either offline or online. There was no hybrid class such, and mostly there was a offline class, right? Now we have hybrid class, so we have to take the balance. Basically, we have to also listen to online students, right? So that they should not feel alienated, right? I did BTech Electrical from Deviate Jalandhar and planning to attempt in 2026. It's all right, Deepanshu. Yeah. Now let me pose a single question. Why do you want to join civil services? Must have thought about, see, you must have thought about, okay, okay, this is the region that I would like to join civil services. Simple question. Consider, right? You all are, someone is done BDS, right? Some is a medical, right? Some is a BTech, some is a economist, right? Someone is a BA program, तो समझ में आता है कि सर BA program में employability नहीं है, तो चलो थोड़ा सा, right? Employment का एक जरिया हमें, right? Someone is doing law, right? And not, inspired to become a good lawyer or judge, right? But inspired to become, a civil servant, right? So basically, this is a question, and this is often question is asked in, interview, right? So why do you want to become a civil servant? Why do you want to join this job, right? Now, can you respond one by one, right? Should I this time should I take from the back, right? Online students, you can write, and then I can spell, right? So we will manage the time. Yeah. Yes. BDS. Hmm. Sorry. Too big. You can become leader, influence more people. Now look at Dhruv Rathi, right? He's a big influencer, right? Why IAS officer? I don't think a IAS officer is an influencer. Tell me any IAS officer. Either some has become very popular due to the some war, like Ashok Khemka, or the Durga Sakti Nagpal, or some, right? Some has become topper, so उस time पे उसके बाद गया गायब, right? Now, if you want to influence, you can take the another professions, right? You can join. Look at the the bloggers are more famous, right? Isn't it? So then you can't get this job. This job is not to, you know, yeah, influence the more and more people. Yeah. Someone said it is a stable job. There are many stable job, right, which gives more money than this job, right? Yeah, Dhanav, interest in policies and humanity subject. You can join as a policy maker. Why civil servant? Let me tell you, this is a big question. Matlab, this is not a simple question, right? Right? Now, yes, बोलिए. तब तक आप सोचिए. I I had given you the one alternative that you become a blogger, you can influence more people, right? Like Dhruv Rathi, right? Why civil servant? Because if you look at on civil servant, there are many restrictions. There are many restrictions. You can't influence, right? आप influence ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा अपने पड़ोसी को कर लोगे, उससे ज़्यादा नहीं कर पाओगे, right? अपने relative को उससे ज़्यादा नहीं कर पाओगे, right? Yes. Policy, you should then you study for higher. You go for the higher study. Do you think that the bureaucrats make policy? They implement policy. They implement policy. They don't make policy. If you know that they make policy, partially you know. It is a partial truth. It's not absolute truth. It is a partial truth. They make policy. They contribute in making up the policy. But policymakers are different basically. Right? So do you go for the higher study, go to the LSE, London School of Economics, do some special study, come back to India and join as a policymaker, right? Give research and report to the government, right? There is a lateral entry in UPSC, lateral entry in UPSC, right? You can come to the lateral entry, right? And that lateral entry is much easier than this examination, right? Right? Look at 14,000 add-on people attempt men's, and out of 14,000, 3,000 actually get called for interview, and out of 3,000, 1,000 actually finally appears. Now again, or everyone have to again reattempt from the beginning, right? Isn't it? But do you know that 1,500 IS posts is vacant in India? The UPSC cannot recruit at one stroke, right? Okay. So when you say policy making, right, there are multiple ways. See, UPSC is not a life. Let me tell you one thing, very fact, right? It is a one way to do something, right? That you have to identify. What is that thing? Why do you want to join that? Making sense? Now, if you have certain vision, okay, I want to, for example, influencing, there's another platform. Someone has to serve the people, there are another platform. There are, someone you talked about the policy making, there are another platform, right? There are different branches of life. This is not a life. This is a one examination which gives you an opportunity of what I'll tell you later on, right? Now, later on, you think around, right? And we'll keep discussion going on. Just like, yes, you go ahead. Come again, come again. Yeah, you want to serve the people. In what sense? You join NGO. NGO people also serves people now, and they also serves people. NGO join as a teacher. Don't you think that teacher is also doing good job in this country? Often undermined, often undermined. And if you look at after the liberalization, even the value of teacher has deteriorated, right? नहीं, टीचर को मुंह काली कर देते हैं, टीचर को पिटाई लगती है, if you see that, right? उनको गाली पड़ती है, isn't it? Right? But I think teacher, one of the best job to any country, right, or to any country of the nation is done by that is a teacher of that country. that shapes the future of that country, right? And it is a one of the grand service. Don't you think so? Right? Now, why don't you want to join, join as a teaching profession, but you want to join IAS officer? There are multiple service now. If you want to serve the people, right, there are multiple way. And one of the way I'm talked about, this teaching. Then there are NGOs, right? There are people who actually work and they remain silent. Let me tell you, they are not popular. They are very silent, silently working for the welfare of the people, right? Right. For example, many environmentalists, if you have heard, many environmentalists, right? I don't know whether you have heard about Professor Agrawal, who actually went fast on to death. He died. We nobody heard of him, right? Because media never is you know going to tell you the truth. I hope you know about the media, right? The truth of the media, right? You are not in living in that shadow. Yeah, अच्छे दिन वाला shadow कि हम अच्छे दिन में है, right? Anyway, you think later on. Yeah, come again. To stop the corruption. To stop the corruption. Come. And teach about equity. So if you want to join corruption, why don't you actually become an activist, right? Look at the Anna movement, or many people who are actually an activist for accountability. Have you heard about accountability movement? No, not yet. See, there are people who are actually on the ground to make the government accountable and transparent. That is called accountability movement. Look at the India against corruption movement was a one a kind of movement, right? Right. Now consider when you join bureaucrat. Let me tell you, you won't be able to reduce corruption. You'll be forced to be corrupt. Are you getting the point? You'll be forced to be corrupt because the situation is so a struggle. Let me tell you, when I was doing masters, right, uh, and I had a that is he's my good friend. He's posted in Odisha, and he used to often said, right, and his actually bachelor was English literature, and his master was also I was in political science. We were living in same hostel, right? And he used to give an argument that, look, I'm going to stop corruption in this country. I'm going to stop this country, right? Stop corruption in this country. He joined it, in Odisha. And then first time he met me, right, in Delhi when he came back, he got Odisha cadre, right? I asked, how much you are able to, curb corruption. He said, यार मैं तो नहीं कर पाता बट मैं नहीं लेता हूँ. It's very systematic from bottom to top and top to bottom. I'm talking about corruption, right? मैंने कहा ठीक है नहीं लेते हो, बट तुम्हारा वाला पैसा कौन लेता है? Corruption is there, right? पैसा बटा हुआ है ऊपर से नीचे तक, right? मतलब कोई भी लेता है, I don't know, right? I met I think 4 years later on, when he came back to Delhi again in the Connaught Place. I met him and I asked him, right, this time he had offered, to me and more friends to have tea in a good hotels where the price of that tea was much more higher. हम महीने में भी इतना टी पे खर्च नहीं करते थे जितना वो एक टी में लगा दिया हमारा. बोला यार इतना पैसा तुम, आई आस्क कि क्या बताओ. बोला अब क्या करे भाई, हमारा पैसा सब लेता था, हमने सोचा कि हम क्यों न ले अपना, हमारे रोकने से तो रुकेगा नहीं, रुक नहीं रहा. मैंने कहा व्हाट आई सेड टू यू that you'll be forced to be corrupt. This is a structure. I'm not talking about India. Look at Japan, look at US. Don't you think that corruption is everywhere? Everywhere, right? Everywhere, right? So if you think that, corruption, bureaucracy is one of the I'm talking about one of the most corrupt institution in India. Do you know the corruption, rank of India's in international corruption? It's about 95, right? Earlier it was 88, now it is a 95, right? Do you know what are the three most important corrupt institutions in India? Hmm? Yes, come again. Public Welfare Department, no. No, not administration. NGO, no. It is one. It is one. Politician, not bureaucrats. They are corrupt, not police. Yes. Police, subordinate judiciary, and politician, right, are the corrupted. So if you look at the bureaucracy, there is a corruption. So if you want to check corruption, better join as an activist, right? And let me tell you, a life an activist is good. It's not बोले कि बहुत खराब है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, right? So becoming an activist, you can curb corruption rather than joining it, right? हो सकता है 1-2 साल तुम ना लो, चौथे साल जाते जाते सरेंडर्ड कर दोगे। क्या करप्शन किसको? करप्शन भी ले रहे हो आगे, करप्शन पे, हाँ, करप्शन भी ले रहे हो, उसको अच्छी जगह यूज कर रहे हो। नाउ ही इज लेजिटिमाइजिंग इट, राइट? या नाउ ही इज लेजिटिमाइजिंग करप्शन की। ओके ठीक है, करप्शन तो कर लो, कोई बात नहीं, और उसको गरीबों में बांट दो, द रॉबिन हुड, हाँ, रॉबिन हुड टाइप, है ना? हाँ। Now he told me second thing, in 2010 there was no ethics paper. You know ethics, right? Ethics teaches you what is right conduct. यही तो है ethics, और कुछ नहीं है इसमें, right? And lots of philosopher you study Indian Western, right? You study constitution, you study law, you study this, you study that. Why? To become a right person, a right bureaucrat. He told me again another data that when the paper actually was introduced, that is called ethics paper. Now after that, whosoever the bureaucrat joined, they are more corrupt than the earlier one. They are the more corrupt than the earlier one. That is a paradoxy of the paper ethics. Earlier pattern was different. In my time, there used to be 2 optional paper, right? And in prelims, there was an optional prelims, right? In prelims, we have to attempt optional 100 questions, and GS paper. There was no CSAT. There was no CSAT. Anyway, okay. Now you come again. I'll give time. Yeah, go ahead. See, I'm not here to discourage you. Let me tell you one thing. I'm here, right? See, my this lecture would be actually you need to take in entirety when I'll conclude it. I'm not here to discourage you, right? I'm here to clear you things in your life. Got the idea? Yeah. So why I'm making this a statement, because I think his statement comes, and that I thought he's a, yeah, अभी तक ये थोड़ा सा डिस्करेज हो गया कि सर अब मुझे तो लॉ करना था, अब तो हाँ या implementation of law, right? So you think that if I'll be a bureaucrat, I'll do a better implementation, right? But do you know, in a district, you'll not be an alone person. There'll be many people, right, who will report you. But consider you are, willing to implement, but your junior is not cooperating with you. Your senior is not cooperating with you. Then what will you do? This is one implementation. I agree his point. He wants that there are several policies. Now he needs to he needs to implement it, right, in a spirit and letter. ठीक है? Now that is the argument. Good argument. Yeah. Any other way? Another argument? ठीक है, सोचो. Yes, yes, go ahead. One by one. Yeah. Exactly. Very honestly. Very honestly. Very honest. You are very honest. I I, I love your honesty. Yeah, because I don't have clarity, sir. I just want to give attempt. Right? Yes. ठीक है. Hmm. That's very honest. Yeah. Go ahead. Yes, Jeevan Dhanav, you should write also a stable job. Jeevan Mahakpreet has done it. Right? Ria, Dipanshu, you can make it. Yes, go ahead. Education. Hmm. You should become politician, you become an education minister, isn't it? I think that is a better position. Become a politician, right? Okay, right. I think education minister can make better, or even an educationist. An educationist means a person who think about education, not only teach, think about education. You know, there have been many pedagogy. Pedagogy means the method of teaching has been written the worldwide. We follow traditional method. बोर्ड है, पेपर है, पेन दे दो, कॉपी में लिख लो. That's a very old outdated method of teaching in the world, let me tell you. We still continue with it, right? There are many methods of teaching in this world, right? So I think educationist would be the better way, right? So if you're reading economics, right, there is called economics of education. There is a higher education, let me tell you, there is a higher education in called economics of education. Like there is a sociology of education, there's a history of education. Understand the term that I'm telling you. There are, you know, a higher education where you can make education more better, right? You can contribute in thinking and making report research, right? And you can contribute not only to the particular section of the people, but the all, right, and to the larger country and to the world all around. If you are a good educationist, your model is followed in other country too. Do you know this? Your model is followed in other country too, right? So don't you think that would be the better way to better thing to do rather than becoming an IAS officer? Anyway, come again. Yeah. Stability. They're very good. The growing options are ज्यादा है. Very good. उसके बाद हम्म खा जाते हैं वो तो सब खाएंगे भाई. तुम भी जाओगे तुम भी खाओगे. Let me tell you clearly. My teacher used to see, there's a one teacher, very famous, right, Subrata Mukherjee. I don't know you have heard of him or not. Subrata Mukherjee used to teach in Delhi University and he wrote book on democracy, many book on democracy, political philosophy. Anyway, he used to say to us, right, you'll be forced to be corrupt, right, because the structure of this country is totally corrupt, right? Right now, if you look at in Japan, there is a corruption also. In Japan, there are 10% corruption. In India, there are 60% corruption, right? ठीक है. तो corruption वाली बातें तो थोड़ा सा हाँ progress that you think that this is a, you know, a job which gives you more good progress in your career, right? I agree that point. Yes. Authority, right? Hmm. Okay. So you want to exercise your power. That is authority that you have used the word. Authority and power is same, right? To bring some reform. Again, ठीक है चलो. Hmm. Very good. Hmm. Reputed job. That is a fallacious. Well, of course, if you look at the social construction of this job, it's highly regarded, right? But किसी ब्यूरोक्रेट से पूछिए जा करके, मिलिए जा करके, जो जो 5 साल 10 साल सर्व कर चुका है, right? उनसे जाके पूछो. There is a every job of this country is a reputed. We made the hierarchy of the jobs. Even the jobs done by the sweeper or carpenter or cobbler, even their job has worth, right? And in our country, what we think, right? Someone's job is reputed. For example, look at the doctors, right? They do lots of work day and night to solve someone's life, isn't it? Their life is also they are also very reputed job, and doctors are actually considered as a god in some cases. Let me tell you, right? Doctors are considered as a god in some cases. They are basically, right? In some critical cases, if you look at, they save the life, right? Okay. So I don't think that is. Don't you think that doctors' life is a more reputed than the life of one? Hmm. That can say that UPSC socially is more appealing, right? It gives you a stable job. ठीक है. Yes. Just mention your name. You came late little, and mention your name, your academic background, and when you are going to attempt, and your optional. Your name is Ritnesh Kaur. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Rajnish. Okay, I remember. Yes, 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 yeah. Yeah. Great to see you. Hmm. Yeah, I meet online, na. First time. See, what happens once upon a time, I went to one market, right? It is about Hansraj College, Delhi University, that is called Kamla Nagar Market in Delhi. And some girl, right? She just knocked me. I asked, okay, कौन हो तुम? मतलब ऐसे क्यों भाई? कोई किसी को ऐसे क्यों बोले? Then she said, sir, do you know that I'm that Srivastav? मैंने कहा कौन सा श्रीवास्तव? Then see, this is a crisis in teaching online. This is a crisis in teaching hybrid, right? In offline we have some interaction, we meet every day, we interact every day, so we share something good, something bad, right? And that relationship builds up, right? For the longer period. This is not relations bit for the 2 year or 1 year, right? Wherever you see me, okay sir, ऐसा बोले sir कैसे हो, ठीक हो कि नहीं हो. But consider the students to whom I have taught, right? 2 years back, and she calling me, and I was not able to recognize her, right? Right, she recognized me because you see me every day, right? Online students see me, right? My face every day, right? तो देखोगे तो हाँ चल वो है. मैं कैसे पहचानूंगा? That's Rajनीश, I'm so sorry, right? Yeah, it's all right. Yeah. So when you are going to attempt next year, next, why do you want to join civil service? या मैंने क्लास में पूछा था. Yeah, हाँ, right. So you wrote something, right? Hmm. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Yeah. This is he also used this job gives you an authority for the doing something good. however you be a bit corrupt because situation is that वो आएगा आपके हाथ में, टेंशन में नहीं लो. किसी ने कहा सर रॉबिन हुड वाला काम कर देंगे, दे देंगे थोड़ा, that you can do, right? But this jobs gives you an authority which empowers you to do some good work, right? Yes. थोड़ा सा ओपेरा थोड़ा बाद में खोलेंगे थोड़ा. हाँ, yes, go ahead. अर्न अर्निंग के लिए जिंदगी पूरा बहुत है यार, बहुत काम है अर्निंग के लिए. सी दुस उसके टेबल के नीचे से द बेसिक अर्निंग इन दिस जॉब इज टेबल के नीचे से, टेबल के नीचे से, राइट? नाश्ता पानी, देयर आर मेनी वर्ड, हाँ, राइट? इज इट टेबल के नीचे से अर्निंग? अदरवाइज हाँ, देयर आर अर्निंग में, व्हाट्स योर डिग्री? बैचलर? हाँ, बैचलर, ओके. So yeah, there are many jobs which gives you more money. So you want to just supersede him? You want to supersede him, right? Okay, ठीक है, चलो, yes. Overall development. आपको लगता है कि ब्यूरोक्रेट फुल्ली डेवलप्ड होते हैं? हाँ, अच्छा, चलो, ठीक है, that's a good. Yeah, anything? Yes, Deepanshu, do you want to make your point? Why do you want to join civil services? Yeah, anyone if you want to respond. अगर आपको फिर से कुछ बोलना है, नहीं, मुझसे सुनना है, right? See, this is an office, right? The bureaucrats, it is an office. It will give you immense power and authority, right, to interact with multiple department in your district, right? You are interacting with health, education, sanitation, the department which implementing the policies and programs. And with this office you have diversity in your work, right? And you can utilize your power for the overall progress of the society, right? You can work for the disadvantaged group, right? Let me tell you, not a single job that provides that, right, that opportunity. Tell me a single job that provides you opportunity to interact such a diverse, right, diverse, right, at the local level, right? Being neutral, being impartial, being pro welfare people, right? Pro welfare. Now it allow you to interact multiple things, right? And if you someone talked about the growth in this, right, service, there are lots of growth in this service, right? Right, lots of growth in this service, diversity of work, right, that no office can offer you except this. So for example, you are a doctor, right? Now you can interact with medical department, right? Right, you can give your own input in the medical department. There will be educational department, there will be the department for the welfare of SC/ST, the department, the local government, right? There will be rural department, right? So several department you would interact with, right? And that is a goodness in this job, right? It has good progress, right? And the three characteristics or features or quality a bureaucrat should possess. Tell me. Randomly, I didn't, at this time, I would not pinpoint. Anyone can, the three quality that a bureaucrat should possess. Discipline, patience, good communication. सबके पास patience होता है. Good communications, it's not so determined. मिलिट्री वाले ज्यादा डिटरमिन होते हैं. Emotional intelligence, not. Critical thinking, no. Join better be professor. Innovative, जो AI वे join करो engineering, that is innovative. Leadership skills, that very good. Leadership skills is one of the quality. I asked three quality. Huh? Non diplomatic, perseverance, no, humanitarian, impartiality, not impartiality. An IAS officer should not be partial, right? He should not or she should not look a one individual from the perspective of caste, gender, region, religion, right? Everyone for you is a citizen. For everyone, right? Okay, all are a citizen, and you should follow the due process of law, right? That is impartiality. He talked about the leadership. Leadership is also quality because, as I already told you that as a bureaucrat, you'll be able to interact with multiple department, right? And until you don't have a leadership, right? Until you don't, and now let me tell you, not a skills, right? Not a even single skills people acquired by birth, right? It is your, the nature and nurture. Earlier people believed by nature. Right? Look at, one philosopher, since he sees here, one philosopher like Plato, who actually talked about, naturally man is talented. Some men are talented, some men are not talented. Aristotle also talked about. हम इंडिया में भी बिलीव करते हैं कि कुछ लोग बाय नेचर ही बहुत तेज होते हैं, बोलते हैं ना. But let me tell you, it's a wrong idea, right? The right idea is that any individual develop their personality by nurture. Nurture means the context, the circumstances, right? To whom you meet, to whom you talk, right? What your family background, where do you live, what are your schools, who's your teacher, right? Who's your neighbor? All depends on this. All depends on this. Got the idea? So if you look at even the leadership you develop in the process, right? So leadership is another quality. Second is neutrality. I think someone is. Yeah. What is the third quality? Yeah. Non partitions. That is impartiality. Empathetic. Hmm? Integrity. Yeah. Very good. Integrity is also one. It doesn't matter where you are serving, whether you're serving in Punjab or you're serving in the Northeast or the South. You see the India diversity. You have to work for one purpose, that is India's unity and integrity. That you have to work for India's and integrity. Okay? So that is the three quality, a bureaucrat should have, right? Or should possess. Okay? So I think, I made a bit clear to you that why you should join, right? Kabhi koi puche to thoda sa banao, right? And then you be, and even you make it clear to you also that, if I'm doing it, why I'm doing it, right? For whom I'm doing it. ठीक है? सो जो आंसर आपको खुद से मिल रहा है या उसके लिए क्या और बेटर चीजें करने को है. ऐसा तो नहीं जिंदगी में यूपीएससी है, ऐसा तो नहीं है ना. जिंदगी में बहुत चीजें करने को है, राइट? यूपीएससी को कॉलोनियल हैंगओवर भी बोलते, मैं अपने टाइम पे व्हेन आई वाज, बैचलर में मैं उतना एक्टिव नहीं था, राइट? बट यस, व्हेन आई केम टू मास्टर्स, सो थोड़ा मुझे दिमाग खुला कि अब यार मास्टर के बाद क्या करना है, राइट? सो आई स्टार्टेड टॉकिंग, preparing, right? So and see, so मैं उस टाइम पे नेशनल हॉबी कहता था यूपीएससी को. किसने भी ग्रेजुएशन किया, क्या करना है? यूपीएससी करना है, यूपीएससी करना है, एक बार तो देना ही है, राइट? आई बिलोंग टू बिहार, एंड इन बिहार इफ यू आस्क एनी पीपल फ्रॉम बिहार हु हैव डन ग्रेजुएशन, क्या करना है भाई? एक बार यूपीएससी तो देना ही है. जैसे गंगा नहाना हुआ हो, राइट? इंडियन सोसाइटी में है ना, क्या करना है? तो एक बार बेटा ना गंगा नहा देते मुझे, या एक बार मुझे काशी लेके चले जाते, राइट? देयर इज सम फीलिंग ना, राइट, दैट कम्स फ्रॉम द ट्रेडिशन. कहाँ जाना है अम्मा? एक बार मुझे केदारनाथ घुमा के ले आते, मुझे वहां जाने की इच्छा है. सिमिलरली स्टूडेंट हैव अ वन विश, यूपीएससी देना है. डू यू नो हाउ मेनी पीपल अटेम्प्ट यूपीएससी? How many students fill it? 10 to 12 lakh. How many people attempt it? 5 lakh. मतलब सोचो 5 लाख लोग ऐसे ही भर देते हैं. Think 5 lakh people, just fill because for the sake of filling it. क्या करते हैं, इस बार फिल तो कर देते हैं कम से कम, राइट. बाद में उसको कहा कि यही काउंट होगा इसका. अच्छा, काउंट होगा तो नहीं बैठते हैं. अगर मान लो काउंट नहीं होता तो पक्का बैठता. काउंट हमारे टाइम पे 4 अटेम्प्ट हुआ करता था. आई एग्जॉस्टेड ऑल फॉर. ठीक है, तो हमारे टाइम पे 4 अटेम्प्ट हुआ था. हमारे बाद बहुत हंगामा हुआ जब सीसेट आया ना, तो बहुत हंगामा है हुआ, तो देन गवर्नमेंट इंक्रीज टू मोर अटेम्प्ट, राइट. तो सोचो कि अगर ये अटेम्प्ट काउंट नहीं होता, राइट, सो देन पीपल वुड हैव बीन अटेम्प्टेड, राइट. जहां से शुरू है, कब से शुरू है, 21 से ना, 21 से लेके 32 तक हर बार देता नहीं. सो 5 लाख लोग इसलिए भर देते हैं कि उनके फीलिंग रहती है करना है. Let me tell you, this is not a single job. There are multiple jobs. There are multiple ways to live a good life. Look at the purpose of your life is to live a good life, right? A good life, right? Now, question will come then how to live a good life, right? Okay. Someone may, join as a session judge, right? Or additional session judge, or some judge. Okay. They can contribute to the society and think that is a better life. Someone join as a teacher, someone join as a doctor, someone join as a, for example, an NGO, right? There are many NGO who works for better. Nahi, right? So I think 2 things is very much clear, that why you should prepare for UPSC, or one should prepare for UPSC, why you want to join civil servant, right? अगर आपके इच्छा के हिसाब से तो करो, नहीं तो मैं बता रहा हूं कि बेटर यू लीव इट अर्ली एंड डू द अनदर वर्क. देयर आर यूपीएससी सबसे ज्यादा लाइफ बेकार करती है, पता है आपको? ये पता है ना, या नहीं पता है? पता है ना, यूपीएससी बहुत लाइफ बर्बाद करती है, राइट. हुए तो आसमान तक, नहीं तो जमीन पर भी जगह नहीं मिलती है, राइट. ठीक है, हुए तो फिर कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. 3 साल बाद तुम्हारा नंबर सब कुछ बदल जाएगा, सबको भूल जाओगे, पुराने दोस्त. लेट मी टेल यू, दैट इज अ रियलिटी. जस्ट 3 years लेटर आपका जो न्यू नंबर होगा, प्रोबेबली आप 1 या 2 लोगों को दोगे, राइट. चीजें बदल जाती है. नहीं हुआ तो फिर, राइट, उसके बाद फिर क्या, राइट. So there are multiple things to do. So second, I cleared that what should be the few qualities of a good bureaucrat, right? What quality we counted? Leadership, impartiality, and integrity, right? Impartiality means there are different words for impartiality. किसी ने कहा non-partisanship. Non-partisanship is a similar word. Non-partisan मतलब not biased. राइट सर, बायस नहीं होना चाहिए, या न्यूट्रलिटी भी वर्ड बोलते हैं लोग, राइट. एन आईएएस ऑफिसर शुड बी पॉलिटिकली न्यूट्रल, सोशली न्यूट्रल, राइट. ऐसा नहीं कि अपने यहाँ का लोग आया तो उसको, हाँ, या अपने जाति का लोग आया तो, जाति मीन्स कास्ट, राइट. अपने कास्ट का लोग आया तो उसको बहुत, नहीं तो दूसरे कास्ट का तो जो भगा दिया, right. You should not be feudal, you should be a modern. Bureaucracy is a very much modern rational authority. It's a very much rational legal authority. It's a very much rational legal authority. You derive power by the law, right. And you serve the society through a systematic way, in a systematic way, right. So impartiality को थोड़ा सा, right, अलग अलग वर्ड, कोई न्यूट्रलिटी बोल सकता है, कोई non-partisanship बोल सकता है, different word. And third is we talked about integrity that he mentioned. ठीक है. So yes, anything that you want to ask from me, मैं ही पूछा हूं अभी तक. अगर तुम्हें मुझे पूछना है, commitment to the public service and rational decision making, अरे पब्लिक सर्विस बहुत लोग करते हैं इस देश में. Don't you think that I also do public service? Teaching is also good service. See, money cannot be compared, right? The money which I get, that is run my family. I cannot become Adani or Ambani or this or that, right? Isn't it? Do you think that a teacher can become Ambani and Adani? No, right? ठीक है या बन सकता है? Until you don't turn your profession into business. If you turn your profession into business, then you are a businessman. You are not a teacher more. You are not a teacher more. You are a businessman simply. Right? Anyway, so public service, rational decision, I think all are rational. We all are rational. Everyone sitting in this hall, everyone joined online, all are rational. Or do you think that someone is irrational? No. Maybe, your rationality may be different from the others, right? Mine and my rationality may be different from yours, isn't it? Right? Yeah. Anything that you would like to ask from me? हाँ पूछो, डाउट पूछना था PSI वाला. हाँ मेरे साथ करना है जनवरी से. अब देखो, अभी अक्टूबर के बाद से ही हम लोग कुछ शुरू करेंगे. अक्टूबर से ही शुरू करेंगे, टेंशन मत लो. राइट? ठीक है, सो डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट. देखो आप GS करो अभी, right? And let me tell you one more thing again to everyone. Now let me hold my pen. See, there are two sides of the UPSC. UPSC is a coin. If consider UPSC is a coin, there are two sides. Not I'm is actually not on one side. One side is syllabus, and second side is you must consider this is the utmost important in preparing UPSC. The syllabus, each and every topic, subtopic should be clear to you thoroughly, right? Okay, and then you should have a note out of it, multiple revision, right? Some successful girls, she said, it is endless revision, sir, not multiple revision. It is endless revision, right? Initially, you begin your class, your study for 6 hours, from 6 hours, 8 hours, but at the end of the examination, right, you should push it to the 14 hours. Let me tell you, you push yourself to the 14 hours, right? Especially between the, prelims and men's, right? And run up to the prelims. You push yourself to the 12 hours, 13 hours, right? And let me tell you, every, theme and sub-theme of the syllabus should be clear, right? Making something, right? Now, once you finish one topic, subtopic, now go for the PYQ and see whether you are able to clear it or not. Whether you are, solve the problem or not. Now, let me tell you, if you are not able to solve the problem, it means you have not covered the syllabus. आपने कुछ पढ़ लिया उस सिलेबस में, राइट? फॉर एग्जांपल पार्लियामेंट, तो पार्लियामेंट के बारे में पढ़ लिया. पार्लियामेंट के बारे में तो बच्चे भी पढ़ते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल पार्लियामेंट में एक थीम है, पॉलिटी में एक थीम है, मैं पॉलिटी पढ़ाता हूं इसीलिए भाई पॉलिटी से खत्म करना, राइट? यस, पार्लियामेंट एक थीम है. अगर इस थीम को आपने पढ़ लिया थॉरली, थीम और सब थीम को, यहां से PYQ खत्म आपसे बनने चाहिए, राइट? चाहे वो PT के हो, चाहे मेंस के हो, ये बनने चाहिए, राइट? कोई कह सकता है कि सर मुझे क्वेश्चन देखने में डर लगता है. पढ़ तो मैं सकता हूं, क्वेश्चन नहीं देखूंगा. क्यों? व्हाई? डू यू नो मेनी पीपल फियर फ्रॉम द लुकिंग एट द क्वेश्चन. अरे देखेगा कौन, पहले पढ़ लेते उसके बाद. लिखेगा कौन? लिखने में भी डरते बहुत लोग, राइट? लिखेगा कौन? Now let me tell you, that means you are diverting. You are looking at one side, you are not looking at the other side. Right? So these two sides are very, very important. Okay? With this, you should prepare. Okay? Any other questions that you want to ask? I teach PSIR. If you want to join me, most welcome anytime. No issue at all. ठीक है? ठीक है? If you want to join PSIR, most welcome. Right? Of course, I teach from Delhi, see. Right? So, I'll come to here, but of course, कभी कभार आ पाऊंगा, मतलब महीने में एक बार आ गया, वही हो सकता है. Right? I can take 6 hours के class, right? मैं बोलने के लिए तो मुझे 8 घंटे बोलवा लो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है मुझे. राइट, मुझे खड़ा कर लो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. हाँ, थोड़ा बीच बीच में कुछ खाना पीना देते रहो, खुद भी खाते रहो, नहीं तो बिना भूख तो भजन भी नहीं होता है ना? होता है क्या? इफ यू आर हंग्री, you can't do anything, right? Your stomach should be filled, right? And your mind should be stable, right? And then you can gain, reshape, right? So anything that you want to ask from me? किसके बारे में? ग्लोबलाइजेशन के बारे में? New batch, I'll tell you. Don't worry. Yeah, I hope everyone have seen syllabus. सिलेबस सबने अपना अपना देखा है ना? अगर अभी तक नहीं देखा है तो सिलेबस को अच्छे तरीके से देखिए. मैं एक वार्निंग दे रहा हूं. अगर आप तैयारी करना चाहते हैं और जब तक सर्कल पूरा ना लग जाए सिलेबस का, ये 2026 जो बोल रहे हो तराके से, 2026 I'll give you, sir, I'll give an attempt, forget it. This is a real warning. Forget it until you don't finish the entire circle. Don't fill the form and participate in the examination for the sake of participation. Mostly people do, right? Mostly people do. Don't do that. You restrict yourself, because once you attempt in PT ना, और नहीं होगा, see, आपको पता है मैंने कम पढ़ा है, पूरा नहीं हुआ मेरा, उसके बाद भी आपने क्या किया? इस बार एग्जाम देके देख लेते हैं. यू सिट इन द एग्जामिनेशन, आपने पेपर दे दिया, कुछ बने, ऑफ कोर्स बनेंगे, आपने पढ़ा सीरियसली, राइट? यू विल अटेम्प्ट इट, राइट? नाउ यू विल हैव अ होप क्लियर हो जाए, बट यू डोंट हैव सच कॉन्फिडेंस कि मैंने सारा सही से किया है, बट यू विल हैव होप. सी, होप जो इंसान का है ना, दैट इज ए बेसिक. नहीं, इसी होप पे जिंदा है इंसान, right? And people do compare. This is and people do complain also. Complain and compare is certain basic in human nature, right? Now, result aayega, nahi hoga, there'll be disappointment and discouragement, right? You yourself count that I'm a Baba. You know Baba? The person who are getting older, not remained new. Right? You married already with UPSC once. Now you have to again go in, second marriage, the second attempt. Right? So until you don't cover, that is my lesson to you, that until don't cover you the entire theme and sub theme सारे पे, सब पे PYQ को अच्छे से देखो. और ये प्रोसेस करने में आपको 6 महीने लगता है, आपको 8 महीने लगता है. Now let me tell you, different person have different capacity, right? Different circumstances. राइट? कोई पीजी में रहता है, कोई किसी का अपना घर है, किसी को खुद खाना बनाना पड़ता है, किसी को खाना आता है ना? बहुत डिफरेंट है. डिफरेंट पर्सन हैव डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस. आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड. यू ईच वन हैव अ यूनिक सर्कमस्टांसेस, राइट? नहीं, ठीक है, दैट आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड, राइट? नाउ सो एवरीवन हैव डिफरेंट कैपेसिटी, राइट? कोई 12 महीने में कर लेगा, कोई 18 महीने में कर लेगा. हाँ, 18 महीने से ज्यादा नहीं देना है. अगर 18 महीने में भी नहीं हो पा रहा है तो नहीं हो, मतलब थोड़ा सा है कि आप फिर कर सकते हो, राइट? देयर इज नो लिमिटेशन, देयर इज नो लिमिटेशन, राइट? कोई 24, आप देखो, आपको पता है कि कोई लोग दुकान करते करते यूपीएससी कर लेता है, बट दैट इज अ एक्सेप्शनल, right? But yes, you pursue it thoroughly, right? In 6 months, someone may 8 months, someone in 12 months, someone in 18 months, someone 24 months. बट जब तक ये नहीं होता तब तक आप जो बोले ना 226 में बैठ जाऊंगा, इसीलिए मैंने पूछा कि कब अटेम्प्ट दोगे पहला, राइट? यू जस्ट जज योर सेल्फ बिफोर यूपीएससी जजेस यू. You judge yourself before UPSC judges you and tell you, see, your heart tells you honest. Let me tell you, आपका जो हर्ट है ना बोल देगा. अगर सिगरेट पियोगे तो पता चल जाएगा यार, हार्ट बोलेगा गड़बड़ तो है कुछ, बट पी लेता हूं, मन करता है मेरा, पी लेता हूं, राइट? कोई गांजा पीता है, उसको पता है भाई गड़बड़ कर रहा हूं मैं, बट क्या है, पी लेता हूं. दैट पैशन, right? That passion overcome to, just dominates your religion. Reason is not do it because it is a, actually problem for the health, right? कोई बिमल खा लेता है गुटखा, बिमल, बड़े बड़े लोग प्रचार करते हैं बिमल का, हाँ, but basically it is a cancerous. Basically it is a cancerous, right? So making sense, do be rational in your selection. Be rational selection of this, what examination, what do I do. Second, be rational in your preparation, right? And then outcome will come. Then outcome, definitely outcome will come. ठीक है, right? Either आपको बदल लेना है, इधर बदल लेना है या इधर बदल लेना है, इन वर्ड बदलना है. You have to change. You have to become like a bureaucrat before being selected as a bureaucrat. Let me tell you, right? ठीक है. और सबकी आत्मा सब कह देता है कि ये गड़बड़ है, ये सही है, मैं सही कर रहा हूं. सबको अपना हाल पता है, राइट? वो कहावत है ना कबीर की, किससे पूछिए अपने हाल, ऐसे करके कुछ है, राइट? तो अपना हाल खुद से पूछो, राइट? तो that is the, and so I'll stop here, right? And then, if you have any doubt, I can tell you in one by one. ठीक है? किसी को सिंगली, मुझे तो इससे मिलना है बहुत दिन के, पहली बार देखा मैंने, सोचा होगा. Anyway, so Danav, I'll stop here. Jivan, Mahakpreet, Dipanshu, right? ठीक है? So sometimes I'll come and then we'll tell you again. ठीक है? ये तो कुछ पढ़ाने का नहीं था, मैंने पढ़ाया नहीं, but I think, I have given some idea to you, makes, some clarity in your mind, कि what to do, why to do, right? And how to do. Chalo, thank you for being with me and bearing me. Huh?